Greetings, comrades, and welcome to the Rad Gaming Podcast. I'm Pescador, and in this episode of the podcast, I talked to Max. Max has his own YouTube channel called Tech to the Max, where he talks about and reviews new technology. Check out his YouTube channel at Tech to the Max.
In this podcast, we talk about PlayStation's state of play. We covered games like Humanity, we talked about Quantum, Arise, LA Noire, the VR case files, we talked about Medieval, we talked about Death Stranding, we talked about Afterparty. We go through the whole list, so if you want to hear what we think, please listen in.
This episode of the podcast is sponsored by, you guessed it, Cento Fiore. Cento Fiore is the lifestyle, is the fashion brand, and you can find all their merch at centofiore.com. That is CENTO-FIORI.com. Also, the Rad Gaming Podcast is part of Big Heads Media. With that said, on to the podcast. State of play.
State of play, man. It's their announcement, man. It's their whole thing. They came out and told us what they're going to be dropping soon. Mm-hmm. Get the people ready. Get the people wanting and yearning.
Yeah, and what was the first thing that they covered was Humanity?
Humanity. I don't know what this game's going to be. It's going to be.
It's interesting.
It looks like it's going to be worth a rent or worth a. If they release it on PlayStation Plus and you can download it for free. But I think a lot of people are just going to buy it because they want to try it. I don't know what it is.
It's a very strange indie game, and I am not 100% sure what it is yet, to be honest. Like, they have... What it is like a mass amount of people moving in a specific direction through weird, like, portals and other things. And later on, it shows in the trailer... some kind of enemy, kind of like almost like a zombie, but like a virtual person.
When I looked it up and I was reading about it earlier, it says that it looks like it's the aliens' take on group human behaviors. Is what I read in the line, and so, but when you watch the trailer and you read that online, it still doesn't tell you how it's going to play. Towards the end, I got kind of like a King of the Hill feel, where you set up on top of some kind of structure somewhere, and people come and try to get you, so you have to be strategic on how you would fight them off. I also got kind of like a Lemmings feel. Have you ever played the game Lemmings?
Yes.
Way back in the day. Lemmings was way back in the day where you have these kind of like mindless drones, they call them Lemmings, that are just constantly walking in one direction, and the environment changes the way that they walk and the way that they act, sometimes kills them, and you try to get them to, quote unquote, the promised land, which is the door, by building bridges or having them do certain things.
It's a great comparison, actually, because at the very end it shows a group of people walking up a ramp towards, I guess, their goal or objective. I don't even know. And there's a wall of people firing in the direction of the aliens.
The aliens, or maybe the zombies?
It looks really interesting, though. It's a really neat indie game.
It makes me curious, though, which side you play. Do you play both sides? Can you be the I'm going to set my enemies here and let them try to go and take over this thing, or is it always going to be I'm on the defensive trying to stop these people from coming in?
That's actually, I don't know. I wonder if it... Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, though.
Can we talk about this, too? The people doing this and like flying through the air, like these weird kind of like people streams, if you will.
Yeah,
I don't understand how that plays any kind of part into...
So what he's referring to is in the trailer of Humanity, they kind of like go through some weird kind of field of some sort, I don't even know, like force field. I don't even know. And their bodies get warped, and they like make this weird swing motion in the air. And I don't know, but it's extremely strange. You have to see the trailer to understand what we're talking about, because it sounds like we are just making up stuff. But I don't know if I can even make up something like that. But the game looks pretty cool.
Bravo to Sony too for not I guess not coming out just yet and telling us what they plan to do with this game, because everyone is speculating. Everyone wants to know, how does it play? What are we doing in this? And it was big enough that they put it in their state of play. However, it wasn't big enough to tell us exactly how you play it, which makes me think that it's just going to...
I wonder if it's like a really cheap game that like $15 gets you the game and just be done with that. I know it's...
Maybe. Yeah. Who knows? I don't know. We're looking at, what did we say, 2020?
Yeah, sometime 2020. I don't think it gave a release date, to be honest. But the one thing we don't have to speculate on is Call of Duty Modern Warfare, though. And they talked about that, and it is releasing October 25th.
October 25th, which means get ready to trade in your old ones, because they're going to have specials. Trade in your old 17 Call of Duties, and you can get the new one for about 10% off.
And you can have this Call of Duty for probably like 4 months, and then there'll be another Call of Duty announcement.
Yeah.
So
I know, right? I'm surprised they didn't just announce the next one now.
I hate ripping on it, because I honestly loved Modern Warfare, and Modern Warfare 2 is when I got into it, way back in the day. And then because Captain Price was the man. He's obviously the Modern Warfare. Yeah,
he's back in this one.
Yeah, of course. But I don't know. I'm just tired of the whole Call of Duty franchise. I think it's been tapped out, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
I was really happy when they brought back Rainbow Six. Because it wasn't something you were seeing all over the place. It's not your Call of Duties, man. Or what's the other one? Battlefield, they're on 4 or 5 now?
Yeah.
6?
And what stinks is I used to be like, I was huge into Call of Duty. I love Call of Duty. Then I switched to Battlefield, because Battlefield had different elements in the game, more or less. Like, you can, if you can't just like kill a camper that's hiding in a corner of a building, you can bring a tank into the battlefield to just like blow up that wall and then kill that person, which is fun. Which brought a different element. But then they started pumping him out just as much as Call of Duty was for the most part. And granted, they did different realms or different eras of war, which is pretty neat. Yeah. But I need something different.
Dude, Battlefield 1942 was my jam.
1942 was awesome.
It was my jam, dude.
It was really fun.
It was fun. But okay, so this is what I would like to see. I would like to see going forward with these Call of Duty games. If I'm not ragging on, because I can sit here all day and just tell you, like, no, don't play the game. If we stop playing it, they'll stop making them.
No, it's multiplayer is what gets people. No one plays the story anymore.
What I want to see, though, is I want to see an online multiplayer that has not the same properties as a Grand Theft Auto or a Red Dead, but has a ever-evolving, where they're not putting a new game out every year. What they're doing is they're updating the online play that we're getting. They're updating the online content. So I bought the last one, and now it's 2 years. Like, they haven't made another GTA 5 or GTA 6 because they came out with Red Dead, and GTA 5 online or GTA Online is still such a big thing. Let's try to do something like that. Take a page out of that book and try to make this online multiplayer first-person shooter more adaptable to where I don't have to buy another disc, I don't have to buy all this stuff. They just patch the game updated.
The shooters are just like the whole genre. I mean, like, don't worry, I love shooters. I do. They were my staple, and they still kind of are. But they're getting very repetitive, and I need a story. Like, I need a story-driven game here soon. And I'm really excited because I know there's a lot of different games coming out. Like, we'll talk about it, I guess, a little bit later on. Death Stranding, Cyberpunk 2077. There's a lot of games that are story-driven coming out, and I'm really excited about that. But I kind of want to shy away from Call of Duty because, to be honest, the trailer looked like normal Call of Duty. I'll be 100% honest. Basic things that Call of Duty has to offer. Terrorists. Things like that. So
I can already tell you what it is. It's a group of bad dudes that want to hurt America.
Yeah.
In any shape or form, however you want to do it.
I hate the rag on it though. Like I always say that. I really do. Call of Duty was great, and
I'm sure that this game is going to come out and still be awesome. I'm sure we'll still hear people talking about, have you played the new Call of Duty? Have you tried this? Have you done this gun? Have you done this? Yada 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 yada. But it's just this. I mean, it's just.
Thanks to Call of Duty, though, I go around places and I can name guns. Like, it's pretty funny. Like, I went to France not too long ago, and there was people patrolling the airport, and he had a FAMAS on his hip, attached, the soldier that was walking around. Like, a whole bunch of people had FAMASs. It's crazy that I can sit in there and I'm like, oh, that's a FAMAS, Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Good. And I know the round, the 3-round bursts and stuff like that. I'm I know the guns now because of that game, but I don't know. Well, We'll have to see. I mean, maybe because I remember the good old storyline to Modern Warfare.
No.
Do you remember
it's been
what was it?
I'm sorry. How many years ago was that?
Dude, I know, and I'm gonna combine them, and someone's gonna thrash me for this, but one of them I can't remember which one, but it's the one where you go to Chernobyl and you're sneaking around and you like either snipe people and basically you have to like crawl, like skull drag through the high grass and stuff, and try to like not get spotted by the.
Is that the one where you had the dog?
Yes.
Did you have a dog in that
Dude,
one? Where you
I
could, sit in the dog. I don't know. There was one where I played that you could be a dog.
I'm sure that there was. I can't remember, to be honest. But man, but that storyline was pretty fun. I actually really enjoyed it because that's really memorable. Stuck out in my head. Mm-hmm. So
for the people that are going to jump on this game day one, I'm not one of them. But the people that are going to jump on this game day one and be going through it. It is an exciting time for you because if you're into the Call of Duty franchise and you love these games, you have another one coming out. We're talking the same thing as all the other ones, better graphic, right? Every time they come out, it's better graphics.
Yeah.
At least a different story, even though it might be not similar to the last, but it might be kind of in the same like realm of what's going on.
Yeah.
But you have another story that you can play now. Hopefully the mechanics are just as good or better than the last one.
Yes.
And then you're going to have online play where a lot of people are coming up with this game that have been playing it. So for those people who are Call of Duty fans, yay, we get another Call of Duty. I'm just not.
It's all right.
I don't care.
Yeah. I still haven't bought any other Call of Duties for the last probably 5-6 years. I have not. So it's right.
Whatever reason, I have a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 PlayStation 4 case.
You do?
In my group of cases. I don't have the game. I don't know how I got it.
It's gone?
It's there. Gone? I never had the game. I have a case though. I don't know where it came from.
Did you steal a case at the point?
I would steal it. I'm telling you, it
disappeared. Okay, it's materialized. All right. Anyway, which it's really strange, and it kind of segues into our next game.
Next game.
What? Yeah, it's an extremely strange game. You're like an inanimate objects throughout the game, and I honestly don't understand it. It looks super strange.
It looks very, very weird. The trailer that I saw, or that we saw, it looks like it looks like you're a little green block. And when you're walking around doing stuff, it looks like you have an arrow pointing at you, letting you know, like, hey, this is where you are. Which makes me think that the view is going to be farther back, and you'll be creating a world, possibly?
I don't know. I've seen people, there's, phones, there's rollers, there's numbers walking around. Dude, I am slightly confused on what the game is, to be honest. I didn't really do too much research on this game, because it looks really interesting. And I don't know if it's something up my alley, but it's an interesting game. It looks really cool, I guess, but I know that it said that it was solo or co-op. I don't know what the hell you do with another player.
Either or, yeah. I mean,
I'm really confused about the game, to be honest, and I'll have to research it more to kind of talk about it. I'm sure I'm going to get thrashed for it, but it is what it is.
People better not be thrashing, man. Anyways, so this is right there with the Humanity game, I think. I think that these two games, they have sparked people's interest because we want to know what they are and how they're going to play and what we can be looking forward to. Because right now we know they're coming out, so that it's coming whether we know about it or not.
Yeah.
But people are starting to get interested. And so I think this just might be one of their ways of saying, hey, we have this cool game come out. If you ever played that game where you roll around as a ball and you
collect stuff?
Yeah, that thing. I think it's the same people, right?
I think so.
I believe it's the same people.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it looks.
It's a bold assumption, but
I know.
It might
I'm sorry. I'm gonna find out. I'm sorry, but
no, it's fine.
My point is that they have left it to the imagination, and now we're over here speculating, just like all the other gamers that are sitting around talking about this today, and we want to know. So
yeah, it left me definitely. I need to do research, which is kind of nice because when I saw Call of Duty, I'm like, it's Call of Duty. But when I saw this game, I was like, dang, I need to do a little bit more research on it because I honestly don't know anything about it for the most part.
It's insane.
I don't know.
Katamari. It's from the people who made that game.
Is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the game where you roll around and you pick up people.
What is the game that you roll around and pick up people?
It was called Katamari.
I don't know
if I'm pronouncing this right. It's called Katamari Damacy. Damacy, yeah. I don't know, man. I just saw it. I never played it. It was on PSP. It was on PlayStation back in the day. It looked cool. But it's by the people that made that, so it has the same kind of feel when you look at it as if you were to look at that game. But we don't know how it plays. So,
I mean, but we'll go on to the next one, which is Arise, A Simple Story, and that game looks awesome.
That game,
I like the way it looks.
That game looks phenomenal. When we were reading up about it, it says you are reliving your life plus like the old tragedies that you went through. So all the happy moments and all of the tragedies from when you were alive before.
Yes.
So I guess as the player, as us, we are playing into this person's life. But not only are we playing into this person's life, but we're re-seeing the life the same way that they re-said the life.
Yes.
Which is just cool.
Yeah,
It's cool.
It's
a cool
awesome.
concept.
And the art style of it is really awesome. It's a nice like indie game that I don't know. It's trying to, and I was reading a little bit more about it, and they were saying they're trying to get you to really understand the nostalgia of reliving one's life. So they want you to take a look at your life as well, not only the character that you're playing, but the life that you've lived, and think about the moments, your ups and downs in life. So it's kind of trying to make you reflect on yourself, not only in the game, but in real life, which is a kind of neat concept. Like I really like that idea.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you that that's an awesome concept for a game. However, I know where I've been, and I don't really want to go back there. So,
But I mean, the game looks pretty cool.
It looks awesome. The graphics. I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of. There's a game that I saw that reminds me of. I can't just think of it. But it does. It looks awesome. It looks like an awesome kind of puzzle adventure game where you have these moments where you're, I don't know, trying to get from one side of the screen or wherever you are to the other. And from what I read, it looks like you try to do that so you can get to a happy moment in your life, but there's also tragedies and ups and downs that go along the way.
Yeah.
Maybe we can all take a page out of this book and just, live life a little bit better.
Yeah, I guess so. And maybe there won't be so many downs, but
right.
I don't know. The game looks awesome. I'm really excited to see what it is, or see it actually pan out. Because out of all the games we've talked about, I mean, Humanity is something I'd probably look into, but this game would probably be one of the ones I would really take a look into, because Arise, just the art style is awesome, mm-hmm. the idea behind it is really awesome, and I think they really took the time to really think about the way that which they wanted to deliver this story to people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it seems like it was in depth, but then I guess they kind of ventured into VR now in the descriptions, which is pretty cool. So they did LA Noire, the VR case files.
Yeah, so if you're into VR and you're into LA Noire, then this game comes great for you. Right? I mean, let's call it how it is. But okay, so I'm not super into the VR thing yet. I just haven't been doing a lot of VR. So, but I've seen them on the shelves. I've seen a lot of people talking about them. I've had a lot of people play them.
Yeah.
And talk to me about them. So that seems like that's where we are going. I remember LA Noire when it came out.
Yes.
Back in the day, and I believe that it played similar to the Mafia games.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that gives us that gives us a kind of like almost Grand Theft Auto feel,
meets
but
Mafia.
Meets a Mafia back in the day, but then now we're doing it all through VR.
Yeah.
So
and you're solving a case.
It sounds awesome. It truly does. It sounds like an awesome game. It sounds to me like it's the kind of game you would hop on, you would play through it one time, and then you probably wouldn't want to pick it back up.
Maybe.
That's just what I mean. You solve the case, unless there's 100 different ways to solve the case.
I don't know. I'm not
really
100% sure. It didn't really.
Right, but once you know the outline, once you know the end of the game, I don't know. But the VR is cool because that's where we seem to be going, and they're pushing this a whole lot, and I'm seeing it out there a whole lot, and even I want to try VR. I might have said that the last time we talked. I want to get into VR.
Yeah.
I just haven't done it yet.
No, but it honestly looks really awesome. The game style. I mean, obviously in first person, see yourself in the trailer. They show yourself reloading, talking, or interrogating a witness,
mm-hmm.
basically trying to figure out what happened. And there's a lot of driving and shooting, which is pretty awesome. I'm excited about it, but it's actually out now, so
mm-hmm.
you can go and play this game right now, which is pretty awesome. I mean, I actually might give it a shot. I don't have a VR headset. I'm gonna have to go buy one now because of this. But I actually something I really want to look into.
I tell you what, man, you give me half price for it, and you can have it on the weekends.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Every other weekend?
I work week. You can have it on the
weekends.
weekend.
Okay, awesome. I see what you're saying. Okay. I thought you were saying you give it to me on the weekend.
No, I want it for
on
the
weekend.
You can have it on the weekend.
Okay, that's fine. But they also did go into a lot of VR games.
Yeah, they showed a bunch of VR games, man. They showed a lot.
Yeah.
Somewhere you're hitting people in the head with axes. Somewhere you're, I don't know, throwing balls at the wall or something weird like that. There's a lot. So this is the time that I'm not even saying this for them. I'm saying it for me. This is the time to get into VR. Like, if you're gonna go look for those deals, go get yourself a VR headset, because in the years to come, the next year to come, Sony's gonna be dropping VR bombs on us, and I think it's gonna be where we go.
And it's funny because I noticed that back in the day when they first came out with VR, there wasn't very many games for it. The graphics weren't that great.
Yeah.
And the playstyle, it was just very disorienting from what I've read and what I've seen people do.
Have you seen the videos of people who try it in the stores and they put it on and they just
face plant?
They just face plant or they fall into something, because it's I would like to say that we've come a long ways from that.
Yeah.
Especially if, I mean, consoles have always had a harder time keeping up with the computer generated graphics and gameplay like that.
Yeah.
But with the Oculus being out, it looks like and sounds like Sony is really trying to rival the Oculus in almost everything that it is.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited for the future of VR. I'm ready to take that step too. So.
Yeah, but I mean, those VR games, the graphics look really pretty good, actually. I'm actually really shocked, and some of them are cartoony, but kind of gives a more fun feel to it. It's kind of more relaxing, more or less, But we'll have to see. I'm gonna
buy one and do a review on it. I'm gonna buy one and
do it.
I am. Like, it's happening.
Oh yeah. So I get weekends, you said, right?
No, I'm gonna buy it full price. You can come over and watch, homie. No, seriously though, I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
I'm just gonna jump it and we'll make a video about it.
I know, actually, the next one I talked about is Medieval.
I
know we talked about this.
Dude, so we didn't talk about this earlier, but I'm saying it to you now, that if Sony continues to remake all of their classic games from when we were kids, like, I'm gonna
have no more money, is what's gonna happen.
Exactly, right? There it goes. The newest one being Medieval, another remake where you play as Dan. I think his name's Dan.
You're pretty sure, right?
It's a hack and slash. It's gonna run around. You run around like Spyro, or you run around like Ratchet and Clank. You collect things. You fight.
Yeah,
I'm assuming more dead people.
You're a skeleton.
The thing is that this is another throwback to a classic from when I remember PlayStation coming out.
When we were young.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a little bit younger. You're a lot younger than me. But
that's all right.
I remember when PlayStation came out. I remember this was actually one of the titles that released with PlayStation, I think, back in the day.
Did it release with PlayStation? It could be true, because I remember playing this at my uncle's house. My uncle had the PlayStation. And I remember playing this game vaguely, and it's been a really long time since I played it, but I did have fun playing this game.
Yeah, man. This game, I played this game very seldomly, but I remember playing it, and I remember, so it says 8 years ago, right? So we're somewhere in, no, it wouldn't be 8 years ago, because PlayStation ran for 11. What's going on here?
Yeah.
But this game looks, I'm going to pick this game up. Because even though I didn't play it when it first released, the fact that they're remaking their older games, I'm going to go and play it. I played it a little bit, not a whole lot.
Yeah. But I guess the next topic would be Civ 6.
Dude, I don't know the release date on this though, man. It's going to drive me insane if we don't look it up.
Oh, yeah.
98. October 1st, 98.
Yeah.
Right? So they're going to release it right around the same time this year, about 20 years later.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, and the demo's out right now, so you can play that actually.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Not only that, but the demo's out right now. Go play the demo. If you beat the demo, you get Dan's helmet, I believe it is.
Yes, it is.
So when you buy the game, when you actually purchase the game itself, you have an extra like.
You have an awesome helmet.
You have an awesome helmet that you only got whenever you played the demo.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good call. Nice save.
Thank you.
But Civ 6. Civ 6. I can't speak. I said Sim, and I said Civ. Yes, Civilization 6. Were you into the RTSs?
A little bit. I did. I'm more of a Command and Conquer way back in the day type. When you had, what was her name, Trina? Then you did Trina with the two chicks, the two guns.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, so I like these styles of games. So I think that it's cool that we're going forward, better graphics, hopefully better speeds on some of the way that it loads and things like that. But all in all, no, I'm not waiting for this game to come out. I don't want to go for it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had some Civ games on the PC, but I never really got into Civ games, to be honest. I'm more of a Total War kind of person.
That's right. We talked
Total
about
War Troy just released the trailer and it looks awesome. I'm super pumped about it. But that's not the point. The point is Civ 6 is coming out. Yeah, I don't know. This game looks like a great RTS. I just never got into the Civ games, so I can't really weigh in on it, I guess, technically. I mean, I played a couple Civ games and they were fun, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I don't play RTSs on console. I don't know why. It kind of goes back to StarCraft, kind of like when I played on the PC.
Gosh,
I'm like,
how did I miss StarCraft? Why didn't we talk about StarCraft earlier when we were talking about this? Yeah, this isn't StarCraft.
No. I'm just saying, that's the reason why I only played basically on PC, because every time I thought of RTS back in the day, it was always, I wanted the PC.
I agree. So I was Command and Conquer back in the day, so
yeah.
And this plays not a lot different, but it's just different. It's just a different, I don't know.
Different feel.
Different feel. That's a good way to put it. Different
style,
feel. Different vibes, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you're into Civilization, if you like those games, congratulations, you have a new one coming out, and you can go and play that, and I'm assuming it'll play similar to the last one. Let us know. I don't know. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Let us know.
Blow him up. What'd you say, Rat? What'd you say? Tear you apart. Tear him apart on Civilization.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not on the other things, but on Civilization.
Yeah, Civ's okay to tear me apart on, so no big deal. But I guess the next topic would be
What's the next topic?
Death Stranding?
Are we there? Death Stranding?
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this game.
So am I.
I am so incredibly excited for this game. So this game reminds me of Horizon. It reminds me of The Walking Dead. It reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 5. It reminds me of...
That's because it's the same maker, right? Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah. I know. Oh, yes, it did. It is the same maker. But it's all of those rolled into one, and they picked, what's his name? Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
Norman Reedus.
I almost said Norman Fetus because in the trailer there's
a bunch of babies. Dude, have you seen this? If you haven't seen this trailer, stop listening to us right now and go peep I think it was 8 minutes, 8-minute trailer for this game, for Death Stranding. A lot of babies, a lot of weird baby stuff.
Yes, but the gameplay is...
It looks
the storyline looks awesome.
Oh my gosh, man. So if you haven't seen the trailer yet and you don't plan on watching the trailer, at least until you get, I don't know, to where you're going and can watch it, it looks post-apocalyptic. There are these, I don't know, demon angel type demonic thingies that you can only see when you have a baby on your chest and you're hooked into the baby.
That's a fantastic way to put it. And you're absolutely correct. You're not incorrect.
I'm not incorrect by any means, but...
No, but it seems like you're trying to be captured by a
there's
group of people.
There's some form of either good versus bad, or there's just two different types of societies that are... But
the whole point of this wasn't to really talk about the game itself, but it was more or less to talk about the limited edition PlayStation 4 bundle you come with.
Dude, that's right. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. We watched the trailer, dude. And I can't. There's babies and little thingies. That PlayStation though, like in real talk, that PlayStation looks awesome.
So what it is it's white and it has two handprints on it. Black handprints, and they are dripping black.
Dripping paint, someone put their hands in paint. Sidebar for all of my Pinterest fans out there. This is a great thing to do to your PlayStation if you wanted to take some white paint, dip your hand in it, and put a handprint on top of your black PlayStation. It would look cool, apparently.
Oh, do it yourself with Max. There you go. It's a new segment, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. Other than the PlayStation, it comes with the game. It comes with. I think it's a terabyte hard drive for the PlayStation that comes with black, and then you'll have the game with it as well. So that's great, and it looks cool.
The game looks awesome.
It looks like it's. They don't do that. They don't do that a whole lot with a lot of their games. Xbox just came out with the Gears of War 5 Xbox. To write like the limited edition for that. We have some for Spider-Man. So when Spider-Man released, they had their limited edition Spider-Man PlayStation 4. So now we have the next one's going to be the Death Stranding, and it's pretty cool. So if you're into those kind of consoles,
for the Cyberpunk 2077 one,
dude, I can't. I Cyberpunk, man.
Yeah, I always bring every single podcast I bring it up. I'm so sorry.
I know everyone's sick of hearing about it.
Probably, but there's another bundle that I know they're going to come out with, and we're going to talk about that last in the podcast, but it's going to come out, and you know what I'm talking about. We're not going to say it just yet. But this is a segue. It's a terrible segue, but after party.
Segue.
After
party.
You know you like this game.
You want the quick rundown?
Yes.
After party. So you and your buddy, me and Ken here, are stuck in hell. And we've decided that we don't want to be in hell, so we're going to get our way out of there. But we have to play the devil in drinking games and out-drink the devil.
You out-partied the devil, which is what it basically amounts to get out of hell.
Yeah. It's kind of like The Devil Went Down to Georgia song, but if you were playing it on a console and trying to out-drink the devil.
Yeah, so there's like these tons of drinking games and things that you do, dancing and things like that. But if you can beat them, then you move on to the next round, it sounds like. But if you can't beat them, you have to go do ridiculous
things. Like one of them was sing karaoke with a crowd that hates you. And so I don't know how that, because I don't know. Are you a karaoke singer there, Ken? You are a karaoke singer. I've seen you sing karaoke as much as you might not think you are.
That was my first and only time singing karaoke, believe it or not.
It's happening again. It was amazing. Voice of an angel.
I did Bohemian Rhapsody, so I mean everyone knows Bohemian Rhapsody.
That was sick.
It was.
However,
I enjoyed it.
So my thing is that if in the game you lose to Satan himself and you get sent to another round where you have to sing karaoke in front of people, is this going to be a game where I'm just like trying to mash the button to make the things sync up? Or is this going to be an actual an interactive game where you play this game when you have parties and oh no, the other team has to go and...
I'm assuming it's button mashing just because this is you and your buddy.
That's what I thought too.
So
I'm being a dreamer.
Sorry, Milo and Lola are just going to be lonely forever.
That's right, Milo and Lola. I love those names.
They're the two characters that you play as. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can help Milo and Lola escape hell. Actually, I actually wouldn't mind picking this game up. It looks really fun.
Oh yeah,
it's a really interesting concept.
I want to play this game. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna put it out there.
Yeah,
it's happening, man.
100%. They also announced in the State of Play what games are coming out for PlayStation Plus members, and that was MLB The Show 19
and
go ahead and say it. You know you want to. And The Last of Us.
And The Last of Us, man. The
Remastered.
Last of Us. It was there. I could see the faces. I couldn't think of the name.
No, yeah. It's
hold on. Before we jump, are you trying to jump straight to The Last of Us right now? Is that where we're going?
Oh,
are we going to The Last of Us?
I'm so excited. I'm ready to pull the trigger on The Last of Us Part 2.
Hold on.
Yes, just don't. Go ahead.
Hold on.
By all means, yeah.
MLB The Show.
Oh, God.
It's a game that's also out for all of my baseball fans out there. We're in The Show 2019. Yes. We're going to have that updated graphics. We're going to have the updated gameplay. So if you're into the baseball games, not to leave you out, please go and pick that game up as well.
On to The Last of Us.
On to The Last of Us. Remastered on PlayStation Plus. Pick it up, play it. Or
don't pick it up. Don't pick it up.
You should already have it. Yeah, just go play it.
I already have it, but yeah, people that don't have it. I mean, that is honestly, it's my favorite, all-time favorite story-driven game out there. It's amazing. But
so if you don't have PlayStation Plus already, but you've been listening to this podcast, please go get PlayStation Plus and do it when you can get The Last of Us Remastered, so you can play that game, because that game makes it worth it 110%. You get 3 months and play that game one time, you're good. Like You know what I mean?
Dude, I'll be honest. Like, I beat it, and I want to play it again constantly.
I need to replay it.
I wanna go through it again. It's just such a great story-driven game. Honestly, one of the best. So that brings me into the meat of the show.
The meat and the potatoes of the show. All
right, The Last of Us Part 2.
What, dude? I can't wait for The Last of Us Part 2.
They showed the trailer for it, and it looks amazing.
It looks phenomenal. It also has the kind of view and the kind of, from what I saw from the trailer, of Metal Gear Solid 5, where you're walking around on a horse.
You Metal Gear Solid 5.
Did you play it?
I have, but it's been a while.
Yeah. Well, but when it came out, like we went from the, how you like to say, story driven. We went from the story driven kind of game where it's all based on story into a more like open world, run around, do kind of missions. You know, this is the place you're going, attack it from this direction.
Yes.
Now, to tie that back into The Last of Us Part 2, I think that it looks like that. I don't know if you haven't seen the trailer, go check the trailer out. But in the trailer, there's a scene where she's walking up to what looks like a city. And so I'm curious, is she coming up from the only direction you can to this city? Or is that just the view that they chose? Because if you can attack this city or come into this city from every other direction, in the direction you want, it opens up the gameplay that much more.
Of course.
And so I'm stoked to see this game.
I would assume that it'd play like the old Last of Us, which means that you just appear in an area, you can walk around in that closed-in area and play. Because the graphics are phenomenal, and I'm assuming if they had an open world and that kind of that's a lot of detailed render. There's just a lot of stuff going on there. I mean, it's possible.
It's kind of where we're getting though.
Oh yeah, of course, because it's coming out. I mean, they gave a release date in it too.
I know. Yeah.
February 21st, 2020?
2021. 21?
No, 20.
Was it 20?
2020, yeah.
It's right around the corner then, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super pumped.
Sorry, I'm bad with dates. I'm just...
No, you're fine.
I've seen it in front of me. I'm bad with it.
No, but what I was excited about was, I know, you didn't see the first trailer of The Last of Us?
I did not. I did not see the first trailer. Now, I get it. You have me on your channel, and I'm a gamer, but I don't know how I missed that. I missed it somehow.
Dude, it happens. Life happens. But basically, what ended up happening was, so you saw Ellie share an intimate kiss with another girl character named Dina, I think her name is.
Yeah, I think that's what we decided.
Yes, and they kind of picked up on that in the trailer for the second one, the second trailer for Part 2. But
where she was asking her in the beginning,
how to rate the kiss.
Yes, how to rate the kiss.
But the whole point I wanted to bring in, the first trailer, you got to see Ellie go on a rampage after they kind of had this intimate kiss, and you didn't understand why. Okay. So in this trailer, they hint at why she's on this rampage towards a group of people, and it's because that in the trailer they show her and Dina kind of going off and exploring together. I'm assuming to get resources for the colony that they're living in, or the little civilization that they're living in. And as they go out, Dina gets captured, and so does Ellie, and it shows Ellie screaming, and a gunshot goes off, and then she
That's right.
So
she's like, no.
Yeah, and so I'm assuming Dina gets executed, and that's why she goes on a rampage to
Quite
kill.
Possibly, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't. Who knows yet, man?
I believe that's what it is. That's my 2 cents, and that's where I believe that the trailer was going with that. Yeah, so she's going on a murderous rampage. The scenes look gorgeous. There's a lot of different change in scenery. Mm-hmm. There's snow. There is.
Well, they did that in the last one too.
I'm just saying, there's just snow, the city, just like there's everything.
Dude, I want it to be more open. I want it to be more. Okay, so let's jump back to the trailer again. It shows them opening from this maybe village, if you will. It shows them opening into letting these survivors, if you will, go out into the world, which it gives me this huge kind of The Walking Dead feel. It almost seems like it's a Walking Dead style, where you're in a colony, you send them out to go find resources, and then you can go explore. That's what I want. I want it to be where you can play as Ellie, and you can say, okay, hey, the community's running low on food. go scavenge, and you can hop on a horse and ride up to the city, and you can go through buildings that you haven't gone through yet and try to find.
Have you ever played State of Decay?
If I say no, am I in trouble?
No, but State of Decay is a fun game. They
what is it?
State of Decay.
State of Decay.
So the whole premise of it is that you pick up survivors and you can build like a safe house, and then you get supplies. Like you have to keep food up in your community, so you have to like try to gather supplies to build better defenses and things like that. So,
but But does that game play like The Last of Us? Or no. Roller Coaster Tycoon?
I'm saying you're trying to say that you kind of want something similar to that.
Yeah, because in the trailer it even says you can hear the person saying you need to keep logs of your journal. You need to keep this. You need to keep that. You need to do this. And it shows her walking. It looks like it shows her walking on a horse out of the gates. Why it's saying this, and then it shows her running into different things that you might find out in wherever you're from, or wherever
they might make it like a free roam kind of game in a certain area, maybe right outside the gates. I don't know, but it's interesting because
nonetheless the story is there, and they've added on to this story, and this game is if you don't like any of the other games that we've talked about. Although Death Stranding is going to be phenomenal, I think it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
The Last of Us. If you played the last one, this is like here we go. We're doing it again. Let's keep it
going.
But
it looks like the trailer shows so much action. A lot of killing humans. There's clickers. There's zombies. It just looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks like
it's weird because there's a lot of games, but it seems like these days that games kind of it's hard to tell between the cutscenes and the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so immersive.
I was going to say that's what I want.
Excited about.
I want to watch a 10-minute cutscene, and then it like the camera pans down behind Ellie, and I can see a city, and then I sit there for 5 minutes going, "What's going on? Oh my gosh, I can move the controller." That's what I want. That's the kind of style I want. So, it's going to be awesome. Even if it's not like I'm saying it's more to the way that the old one was. The old one was amazing.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't change anything about that game. That game was
right, like nothing. And so now it just sounds like we're gonna have better graphics.
But the best part about this, the very end of the trailer, Ellie's about to make. It seems like she's about to be discovered or make a move on a convoy that's moving out. I'm assuming of the people that she's hunting, and her mouth gets covered by someone behind her, and it ends up being Joel. Yeah. From the first Last of Us. And it's awesome that he makes an appearance because in the first trailer they never showed him, they never hinted at him, just you didn't know what was going on. And now they show Joel, he looks super old, but he's there and he says that he thinks that he goes, you'll think that I'll let you do this on your own? I think something like that.
You think I would let you do this on your own. So he's been there the whole time and it's gonna be I don't know, man. It's did they give him a release date on that? February 21st, right?
Yeah. I'm super pumped. So that's gonna get me to my fill because May is when March.
Maybe March.
No, March is when Cyberpunk comes out, right? Cyberpunk comes out March.
I don't remember. Dude, I'm telling you, I keep telling you, I'm bad with
there's so many games that look so great and they're story driven.
There's a lot of them, yeah. And I'm excited to see these more big blockbuster fuel games. The Last of Us, Death Stranding, Cyberpunk. Now the indie games are still awesome, and I'm big into indie games. Have you ever? Little side note: have you ever played Ibn Ob? Ibn Ob's a little indie game. If you haven't picked up Ibn Ob, go check out Ibn Ob. If you have someone to play with, or you have a friend that you're on, like an online friend you always play games with, pick up Ibn Ob. It's a little puzzle game where you're these little characters jumping around. So indie game. What I was saying is indie games are awesome. It's great. Yeah. I love indie games, but I'm more excited about these giant blockbusters to exclude Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the true. Like going through it, I actually want to check out Humanity.
Humanity's gonna be cool, indie game.
Yeah, I really want to check out Arise.
Indie game.
A Simple Story, yes. That is an indie game. The game looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta play the medieval just because for the nostalgia
just the nostalgia feel. I didn't play that game a whole lot, like I said, but I think I'm gonna play it now because they remastered it. It's gonna look cool.
Right, well, why not? Death Stranding, I really want to play that game.
That's dude. Mark my words. Mark this right now on this thing, on this day, on the whatever day it is. We are. That's going to be the next. I think it's going to be the next thing. Man. I think it's going to be the next big franchise. It's going to be the next big thing, man. It's like it's just there's so many games like rolled into one, like Horizon, a little bit of Tomb Raider, a little bit of GTA, a little bit Red Dead. It's gonna be phenomenal, man.
The gameplay's gonna be awesome. Yes, absolutely.
And it has Daryl from The Walking Dead. So that his voice actor, Norman Reedus, that right there is gonna strongly drive this game because of what he brings as that character.
Yeah,
he brings it, and it's gonna be great. So
I'm super pumped about it. I actually want to play After Party as well.
Mm-hmm.
The game, just the concept. I like indie games for the concepts.
Yeah,
they have such a neat look on it that always gives the gameplay a different, gives I guess a game style a different feel all the time. That's why I like them so much because it's different. It's not your normal shooter, like Call of Duty. I'm sorry to keep on harping on Call of Duty, but it's right there for the taking. I have to take a shot at Call of Duty. No puns intended.
I was about to say that's a good one, dude. It's your call to duty.
Right. I love indie games. They give me some hope that some awesome game other than the shooter is going to be out there. But then The Last of Us Part 2, Death Stranding. I am Cyberpunk 2077. I keep on saying these games are going to be
I'm excited.
So
I'm excited for them to come out and us to review them and to play these games side by side and then talk about it. I'm excited about that part of it, man.
There's so much gaming news around. I've played Borderlands 3 and I love to talk about it, but I haven't had a chance to even really talk about it in a podcast because there's a lot to talk about in my opinion. Just because I played the other ones and I really enjoyed Borderlands, and Borderlands 3 feels the same way. The trees are set up the same way, but regardless, I don't want to get into it, but it's such a fun game. If you haven't got Borderlands 3, pick that up because if you like the Borderlands series. If you don't, I can understand the graphic style, the play style is a little different than the normal shooters, but it's more fun and relaxing to me because it's not super serious.
We're gonna get into all of it. We're gonna get into it. So we're gonna do all of that.
Yeah, I'm drooling right now. Just
I can see it's gross.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's disgusting.
No, I just want to talk about it so bad. But no, The Last of Us Part 2, you need to watch the trailer. If you haven't watched the trailer, it gives you goosebumps.
Hey man,
the game looks amazing.
And not to take away from what you just said, but if you haven't watched the trailer on any of these games we've talked about, go check out these trailers, man.
Yes.
Go look at Humanity and tell me what you think. Go look at Uprising and tell me what you think. We truly want to know. Give us the feedback. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about. What you're curious about coming up, so we can talk about it, man. And go peek these trailers. State of Play. PlayStation, it was out today. If you haven't seen it yet, you're behind. So.
And thanks for listening to this episode of the Rad Gaming Podcast. Be sure to rate, subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, or anywhere else you listen to podcasts. I release a new episode every Wednesday. And as always, stay rad, comrades.